What's up, guys? This is day 61 of training. I'm recording the voiceover like a week from when I did the workout, or maybe it's like a week. So I may not remember everything. So this was before provincials, probably my last workout before provincials. So I started off with pull-ups. I've been doing the pull-ups program, the rep range, but basically like once a week, where I think you're supposed to do it 4 times a week, just because one, I haven't been working out that much, but also I get so sore afterwards. It's like my form breaks down. I kick with my legs and whatever. Like I said last time, I'd rather do that than just keep failing at 2 reps, 3 reps. So I think, but anyways, I'm really going for a max effort when I do these. So I was sore for like 5-6 days afterwards, and I know that if I do them more regularly, obviously it'll go away. But just the way how, like, just because I've been training inconsistently and I'm doing a little more than maybe I'm capable of, it leaves me sore for a few days. Usually soreness, not just in the lats, but a lot in my pecs, which is, like, I do think, like I said last time as well, there's a way to do it to isolate your back more, but at the same time I don't like mind. I just feel like if I'm working out everything like in the upper part of my body, then like it's good. So today I wanted to do pronation and rising mostly. Also, the first day I got the Ezreal or was gonna use the Ezreal arm shark handle, which is the pronation handle where you have like a handle, like a bar, or how would you call that? Like a straight handle, and then like a circular, like quarter circle metal, like, I don't even know how to describe it, but basically like it keeps the pressure throughout the movement. You'll see. You already know what it is. So so here I wanted to start off with like active movements where I actually do rising like actively instead of holding it statically. And with the pronation, I really want to figure out how Devin does them, because obviously, like, what I've been doing is I lock my thumb and I try to pronate with like a lot bigger movements. And I noticed that what Devin does is he pronates like while flexing his thumb as well, and he does like very small, almost like static movements, and I wanted to sort of learn how to do that. So was trying that. I felt like I sort of got it, but not really. Like, I don't really feel, I guess, like what it's meant to be. I also tried lowering the weight because of that, but then it just felt like it was like too low to work with. So that was I think I'm going for about 20 reps each, maybe. So like this, all of this, I keep switching the weights as well, just to figure out like what's a good weight for me and what's a good rep range for me to work with. But yeah, even if I don't feel like I'm targeting my pronator effectively, it's still good to work out your thumb. So I'm definitely gonna keep doing this, even if it's like alongside with all the other stuff I'll be doing for pronation. It's definitely frustrating because my right, it's so hard to feel like I've worked the pronator muscle. Like, I never get sore there, and it just sort of reminds me of how like I wasn't able to get a lat pump before. And maybe that's just because I was stupid and this is when I started working out, but also I just felt like it was because I was so skinny and like so weak that I literally didn't have enough muscle to stimulate, if that makes sense. But maybe it doesn't, because now that I think about it, it's not like anyone is born without lats, right? So maybe I was just working out stupid, but I don't know. So yeah, that's basically like what I'll be doing for most of the video. I don't really remember the rep range that much, so I guess I'll just talk about provincials, because I just went to provincials last Saturday. So the week before provincials, like I definitely like I wasn't tiring myself out, but I also like wasn't putting in as much care as I did. Like for the last 5v5 I tried 5v5 event, I tried pretty hard to like stay in shape and like watch what I'm eating and sleep well and like, you know, plan the workouts and everything. For this one I just sort of rested. So after this day, which was I think like Monday or Tuesday, I was just sore for the whole week, so I was just resting. And then I've also like been having a problem with like my sleep, so I basically wasn't able to go to sleep until like 4 a.m. every day. So the day before I like went out and I came back really tired. So I fell asleep at around 10, and then I was just like, you know, this like for me when I'm really tired, I sleep well. Okay, when I'm like under the influence, I should say, like I fall asleep like and then wake up really quickly. But then once I wake up, like I don't feel tired, but I also feel like very like groggy and like weird, if that makes sense. So like I just basically like my brain just like passes out, but like doesn't recover, if that makes sense. So I can never get more than like 3 or 4 hours of sleep. So after I get 3 or 4 hours of sleep, I'll stay up, and then later I'll get like properly tired and be able to properly rest. I don't know what that is. But so the day before I went to bed at like 10, and then woke up at 12, and I was like just wide awake, and I'm like, fuck. So I was just like, I don't know, I like ordered food or whatever, like just try to like do stuff. And then obviously like I started to panic around like 2 or 3 a.m. because I had to leave so early. I had to wake up at 7 to get there, and obviously it's gonna be such a long day as well. And I'm like, damn. So I get to bed at like 4 and like just like go to sleep. So I probably fell asleep around 4 or a little later, and then I woke up at 7. And I don't know, like a lot of people I think are actually able to function without sleeping, but I'm terrible. Like I need so much sleep, and I'll get so whiny and tired if I don't get like enough. Like even in school, I could never understand how people would go on with like 2 or 3 hours of sleep, because I mean I've done that, but at the same time then I would literally just sleep during class all day. I wouldn't actually be able to do stuff. But yeah, so like I was like feeling pretty shitty in terms of that. Like I really should have taken better care of just myself. Like I also didn't like bother to cut weight, even though I was pretty close. I was right around 81, like 82 after a meal. So I was very close, but I didn't bother to cut weight, which actually I think was fine, because I keep thinking like for me like I'm pretty sure the 198 class wasn't any better than the 176s, in the sense that there was maybe 1 or 2 guys that could have been in the 176, and then that's like similar, maybe like 1 or 2 guys that could be in the 198s. So basically like they were both like way too stacked for me, if that makes sense. So like it doesn't, for me I felt like it didn't matter which class I was in. Like I guess like one thing is I would have been able to like experience some of the pullers that I'll get to like pull again later on if I do become competitive. But right now at this level, I just felt like, you know, it's not worth it. Like you have to be somewhat close for me, in my opinion, for that to matter. But yeah, like I got there, and it was like in Tweed, Ontario, which is like kind of in the middle of nowhere. It was like far from downtown, like 3 hours drive, but it was like really pretty. Like it was right next to a lake, um, and the weather was pretty nice until it started like raining and there was a storm. Um, um, yeah, there was a storm and the power went out and everything. But okay, anyways, going back to the tournament, there's so many people there, and Devin Larrett's Jody Larrett and Devin's and their kids were there. So the documentary guy was there filming as well. So he filmed the whole thing, and then afterwards I saw him stay until like 10 and then like learn how to pull in the side table. So I thought that was pretty cool. Pretty excited for the movie. Um, like I think they really got a good shot of it will really depend on the Devin and Levon match, I guess, how much they're able to like dramatize the story around that. But at the same time, they put in so many hours just like following Devin around and just like absorbing the actual like culture we have in like Canada and pretty much like similar in the US. And for me, that's actually like a lot more interesting and appealing than just like, oh, like Devin versus Levon. I mean, both are interesting, but I really like that they're putting in the effort to like be there in the just sort of like regular goings, you know what I mean? Not just like elite competitions and stuff like that, just literally just like random like regular people who arm wrestle as a hobby, right? But anyways, damn, what I feel like, have I made a video? Like, I remember talking about, I don't know if I've talked about this already. It's kind of confusing me, but I guess I'll just say that I'm trying out this is the arm shark handle, and I'm trying out a bunch of different angles just to see where I can comfortably like isolate the pronation and just do it for reps. But actually, like 5 pounds was too heavy for me. I really thought this is the lowest weight, so I was really like kind of like confused about what to do, because I mean like I can't go any lower, and I can do it but not with the level of control I wanted to. I just wanted to do the last like 10% of the range of motion, but which is like for me the hardest, but I wasn't able to get there. Like I would sort of get stuck right before I would be able to like fully flex it, if that makes sense. So I'm trying a bunch of different angles, but like 5 pounds is pretty hard for me. With the left it was easy, so like I definitely think there's something with that, like where my pronator on my left is way more developed. But yeah, I put some attached some stuff at home, just like random things, which is like lighter, and I was able to actually work it. So there's definitely ways to work with lower weights. Like it's not hard to find something that weighs like 3 pounds, right? So I'm definitely gonna be doing that. Like I still think the handle is really useful. But yeah, going back to the tournament. So first there were the junior kids, and then masters, and then seniors. I was so preoccupied with like being sleepy and like being worried about like how I'll do, even though I was like obviously I wasn't like, I didn't have like so much pressure on myself, like maybe like some other like Miguel or whatever, who like actually wanted to finish in the top 3. But at the same time, like I don't like I do also like have a hard time just relaxing. Like I'm able to sort of relax, but like not really, if that makes sense. Like I still want to like do my best and like not look like a clown. So I was like, fuck, I'm so tired, like what am I gonna do? So I was like really preoccupied with that, but I watched most of Alex the Phenom, his junior matches. I watched the kids matches, and then I watched most of the 176 matches also, just cheering Miguel and Alexander on. They both did very well. I think Miguel slashed in a top roll a guy that's ranked 3rd or 4th in Ontario, and very strong. He definitely like got the hit off on him, because I mean, honestly, I do think he's like power wise stronger than Miguel, but that was a huge win, like a big upset for me. And Alexander, for me, I kind of expected him, but that's also because like I have very ridiculously high expectations for Alexander. He got 2nd out of everyone right-handed, so everyone except John Terrian, who I think John Terrian at this point could be top 5 in North America in his weight. So that's insane for sure. And yeah, and then after that, like after the right hand, I was just like spent, and I just like kind of sat down and like just didn't watch, like pay attention to much other stuff. Yeah, damn. Okay, so the videos are already over, so I might as well just continue talking about it in my next video. So yeah, more talk about provincials in the next video. Thanks, guys.